Alrighty, so of course, as most of you know, the Leonis Festival is going on at the moment, and there is a ton of events and stuff like that going on. So I'm actually kind of excited about this because there's a lot of content to like kind of, work on this week and kind of mess around with. Obviously, something small. We have 2 new battle events going on, so you can go through these. I actually haven't finished this one for today, but you have to collect gold for this one. But these are always really nice because you just get a couple of extra diamonds, which are pretty easy to get. And as far as the actual event goes, there's a bunch of free stuff. So there's obviously mission rewards. I've already finished all of these, but I think the biggest one that you might not be able to finish like right away is the spontaneous sort of missions for your training grotto. Obviously, if yours isn't off cooldown yet, then that's the only reason why you're not going to have that done yet. But yeah, so you get a couple extra, or you get a free copy of Hawk out of this, which is really nice. I actually need to feed a dupe to him already, but you can actually free 6/6 Hawk, which is actually really nice of them to do, I guess. Obviously they did the same thing on JP, so it's kind of to be expected at this point, but I know a long time ago they didn't give everybody on global a free 6/6 green Lilia, so I don't know. So I guess there could be changes, but I don't know. This was pretty standard as far as whenever regular Goddess Liz came out on the JP version of the game. But yeah, obviously this event is quite different than what they had whenever they got Goddess Liz. So yeah, there's a whole like little story event that goes along with Bartro's birthday. There's a lot of free rewards and stuff like that. So like you can see there's a bunch of free like 5-star awakening stones. And then once you get to the very end, you can actually get 5 diamonds, which is kind of nice. But you get a bunch of extra like free stuff here and there, which is, just good free stuff for, whatever the case may be. And then there is the... what is his name? I can't ever remember his name. Is it even on the screen right now? Am I overlooking it? What's his name? Lamech, I think it was. Yeah, Lamech. So the crab boss is here, and we finally got that. I've actually already made a video on that, but we actually already reached the 1 million completion. I think we beat this in I think at the end of the second day of the festival, we ended up completing the 1 million fights. Because it's pretty easy, honestly. Like if you completed your 3 fights with a person, that was 6 total fights that went towards the score. And then if they invited 3 people to theirs and they did theirs, that was another 6 people, or another 6 runs towards the total. So it was very easy for the global version of the game to go ahead and get that done. Or well, I think there's different kinds of servers, but the US servers got this done insanely fast. So that was really nice. Obviously, if you haven't done this already, do at least one of these runs, even if you're not interested in it at all, because if you complete one run, you'll be able to collect the 20 diamonds from the reward, which is really nice. Obviously, you're going to want to keep working on this throughout the week because there is actually a score system to it that will get you extra rewards and stuff like that, which is always really nice. And obviously, if you get to the 10 or the top 25 runs mark, you're going to get a free 10 diamonds, which paired with this, the regular like global sort of challenge reward, that'll give you a whole multi's worth of diamonds, which is really nice. So moving on down here, we have 2 different exchange shops going on. Obviously this one is for Lamech. The only problem that I have with this one is that Lamech has like 4 different things that he can drop. He can either drop demon horns, demon wings, the demon ears, or he can drop the shell fragments. And every so often you just kind of roll bad RNG if you're trying to get the event shop or the exchange shop done, and you just get a bunch of limit break materials, which is a little unfortunate. But I mean, obviously you can still use those limit break materials a little bit later. It's not going to kill you to get them, but if you're trying to go solely for the exchange shop, it's kind of crappy whenever you don't get them. But yeah, you can get a bunch of extra copies of Hawk. I think there's 3 extra copies of Hawk just in this little exchange shop by itself. A couple of cosmetics for him, which is really nice. There's some new furniture pieces, which I really like the furniture set that's for this event. It's actually really nice and sleek. That's the one that I've got on in the tavern right now. Obviously there's a bunch of growth materials and stuff like that that are obviously really nice, and then just a bunch of exchange stuff like regular typical things that they put in exchange shops, like auto clear tickets and treasure chests for money, which is always really nice. So if we move over to the second one, these are like little letters, Veronica's birthday letters. So I think you can only get 10 of these a day, if I'm not mistaken, and you get these just by clearing free stages and sort of like the traditional stuff. Like I think you can get them from boss battle stages and stuff like that as well. But If I'm not mistaken, there was some furniture, yeah, from this one that I've already collected. And I can't remember if there was anything else of value. There was, I mean, some stamina pots. This one's probably the lower end of the two of the exchange shops. But, I mean, really, like, it's just some extra free stuff that you're going to get regardless just by playing the game, and you're going to get these little things that you can exchange for stuff anyway, so you might as well do it. And then, obviously, we have the bingo event. I really like these bingo events. They're always really fun. They just give you a ton of rewards. On the first clear, you actually get another free copy of Hawk, which is always nice, because obviously, like I said, if you do the stuff in the event, you're going to 6/6 him at the end of it. So that's always kind of cool. But you get a couple of extra cosmetics for him, and just a bunch of free rewards and stuff like that going through. Like, you get, you know, awakening materials, and you even get cosmetic upgrades, and just, you know, various stuff. Like, there's all kinds of stuff, anvils and stuff, which is always really nice to reroll gear. So the bingo event is always my favorite. The only thing that I have a problem with on this bingo event particularly is that you can only get, I think it's 20 tickets per day, and they did it as like a mixture. So in previous bingo events, I think we got a set number of the draw tickets, and then we would get a set number of the select tickets, which we got less of the select tickets if I'm not mistaken. But if I'm not mistaken, with this one, it's kind of like a 50-50 chance on whether or not you're going to get a draw ticket or a select ticket, which is a little weird because I would much rather just use a lot of the draw tickets, which, I mean, obviously the select tickets are nice because if I had one select ticket, I could just choose 9. Whereas if I roll this, you can see, like, I mean, I have a 1 in 25 chance of pulling a 9, so the odds are pretty low. That's an upside down 9. But anyways, so yeah. It's just kind of weird the way that they did this one. It's just a little bit different, but I mean, I guess it's fine. I mean, if you get more select numbers, then you can just obviously choose which ones you need, but I don't know. Thought that was a little bit weird, but nothing too crazy. They're obviously doing a Fort Solgris event right now, so if you go to Fort Solgris and go to the events tab, there's actually the festival rewards, which there's a lot of good stuff that you can drop out of this one. Obviously, evolution pendants are probably the biggest deal here. If you can get SSR pendants, those are really nice. If I'm not mistaken, you get all of this stuff for free, and then the only thing that you have a chance of dropping is these 3. So you're either going to get like a rare pendant, an SR pendant, or an SSR pendant at the end, which is, you know, it is what it is. But you know, this actually counts towards your daily goal as well, so I always end up doing this one, and then I'll just back out and do the other 2 things. So that's really nice. I really like those. They give you pretty decent rewards and stuff like that as well. And then last but not least, there's the spontaneous missions for the Grotto. Some of them are actually pretty decent. Like, I mean, some of them are kind of like not really that great. It's like double gold or something like that in certain stages or whatever the case may be. But some of them, I think it gives you better rewards and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. And obviously they're doing a buff event going on right now where there's tons of stuff that are increased. So you have super and ultra success rates increased on hero enhance, which I don't really get to use these quite as much anymore unless there's just a brand new hero that comes out, because I've got all of my characters up to UR 60 at this point. So I don't get to use this quite as much anymore, but it is nice when these come around for newer players and stuff like that. The equipment salvage event is going on, so super and ultra success rates on that. There was a half stamina last week for all stages. Like, they weren't just doing free stages and boss battle stages and then Fort Solgris. Like, it was all of it was on half stamina, which was a really good chance to farm a lot of stuff out. And if you saved your equipment for the for the salvage event, then you could obviously break a lot of that stuff down to get extra rewards and stuff like that, which is really nice. And then for this, I actually buy the monthly bundles or whatever, which gives me 100% deathmatch rate anyway. So, I mean, this doesn't really affect me at all as somebody who actually buys that. But, I mean, for anybody else, it is kind of nice just being able to do one boss battle and immediately getting a demon. So that's kind of cool. And then the equipment draw SSR rate is up, which means that if you go over to your tavern, or well, you don't even have to go to the tavern. If you go to shop and then equipment draw, in your equipment draw anything that is SSR grade, so, you know, within this sort of category, you have a little bit of a better chance to pull those. I still hate that they don't consider anvils to be SSR grade. I think they're SR grade, which doesn't make any sense to me at all. But I mean, I guess there's a higher chance to pull those anyway, so I mean, it is what it is. But I guess if you really want to, you can pull hammers and stuff like that, or the 5-star awakening stones, or even just the SSR gear to break down for a little bit better stuff anyway. So I mean, that's always really nice. So I mean, there's just a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, we're still on the Leonis Festival Part 1 right now. I'm sure, I don't think it's next week, but the week after that, because I think these festivals last for about 4 weeks. We'll end up getting the Part 2, which I don't think any time that they've done a Part 1 and a Part 2 for the festivals, the Part 2 has been anything super crazy. But I mean, obviously, it's just going to give us a bunch more extra free rewards and stuff like that. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in the game. I really do like the Lamech boss. He's kind of fun, especially with the whole challenge score system and stuff like that going on. So you can obviously, you know, there's a reason to come back and play it a little bit each day. And the exchange shops and stuff like that are always just really good for free stuff. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more content in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you then.